polypeptide chain it varies from 17.5 to 18 kilodalton, and this FGF, fibroblast growth factor, has its receptor located in the cell membranes of all the animal cells, and the receptor, like the receptor of other growth factor, is also a RTKase, receptor tyrosine kinase. Okay, and this receptor tyrosine kinase is very important receptor which is located in the cell membrane, and this is meant for binding with the FGF polypeptide chain externally, and the binding of FGF molecule with its receptor, which is RTKase in this case, brings about the phosphorylation of tyrosine residue present in the receptor, and this phosphorylation results in the signal transduction, as you have already studied in case of NGF and EGF. So let us discuss the features. Let us at first discuss the feature of this FGF growth factor. And I have mentioned, I will share you the image. I will show you the whiteboard on which the various characters are mentioned there, and we will be studying all these features one by one. So at first, look at the whiteboard and try to understand the factors and features of the fibroblast growth factor. Look at the whiteboard. Let me know whether this whiteboard is visible. Hello, Faiza, Anis.
सर पूरा नहीं दिख रहा है.
देखो, I have written here the growth factors. This growth factor, we are studying one of the various growth factors found in the blood serum. So this is the FGF. FGF stands for the fibroblast growth factor. This growth factor, this is a fibroblast growth factor. It is a polypeptide growth factor. That is it is biochemically proteinaceous in nature, consisting of the polypeptide chain. The FGF polypeptide chain, the mature FGF polypeptide chain consists of 155 amino acid, which develops from its precursor polypeptide chain, which is made up of 210 amino acid, and this precursor polypeptide chain undergoes proteolytic cleavage leading to the production of the mature and functional FGF consisting of 155 amino acid. The molecular weight of this FGF varies from 17.5 to 18 kilodalton. This FGF has affinity with the heparin. You know that heparin is anticoagulant. You are already acquainted with the term heparin. Heparin is a anticoagulant factor. So this FGF has affinity for binding with the heparin, and this growth factor is found in association with the extracellular matrix, ECM. You know that external to the animal cell membrane, the structure present just external to the animal cell membrane is called ECM, extracellular matrix. So it is found in association with the ECM. Human and the FGF, fibroblast growth factor, found in the human and mouse exhibit 95% homology. So 95% homology, and they are cross-reactive. They are cross-reactive means the FGF of mouse can act in the human and vice versa, and the human FGF is also active in mouse. So they are the cross-reactive in this way, and this FGF growth factor exists in two different forms. The FGF is found in two different forms, and these two different forms include FGF1 and FGF2. They are also known as FGF-A and FGF-B, and FGF1 is acidic in nature, whereas FGF2 is basic in nature. The receptor for FGF is a RTKase, receptor tyrosine kinase. You all know that the protein tyrosine kinase is of two types, RTKase and CTKase. RTKase are membrane located, and CTKase are found in the cytoplasm. The receptor for this FGF, like the receptor for other growth factor, is also RTKase, which are located in the cell membrane of all the animal cell. FGF binds with the FGF has capability or are capable of binding with both the low affinity and high affinity receptors. There are two types of receptor depending upon the binding capacity: the low affinity receptors and high affinity receptor. And this FGF has capacity to bind with both the low affinity and high affinity receptors. If this receptor binds with the cell surface, this receptor, this FGF binds with the cell surface proteoglycan, heparin sulfate proteoglycan. And I think that you are quite aware with the term between the proteoglycan. You know the differences. You have already studied the differences between the glycoprotein and proteoglycan. When a protein is associated with the polysaccharide, this is called proteoglycan. And when this protein is associated with the oligosaccharide molecule, the term glycoprotein is used. And you all know that all the receptors located in the cell membranes are generally glycoprotein or proteoglycan in nature. So this FGF binds with the cell surface proteoglycan and heparin sulfate proteoglycan, and binding of FGF with its receptor brings about the phosphorylation of the tyrosine residue of the RTK, which results in the signal transduction leading to the mitogenic activity, which in turn results in the initiation of proliferation of animal cell in culture medium. And now let us look at the structure which I have drawn for showing the mechanism of binding of this FGF. Look here, this is the cell membrane, this is the outer side, this is the inside of the cell membrane, this is the receptor RTK located on the in the cell membrane, and this is the FGF molecule. When this FGF binds with externally with this with its receptor, it brings about the dimerization, and on the internal side, look here, this receptor tyrosine kinase protein, I have shown this tyrosine residue of this proteinase. The receptors are also proteinases in nature, and this polypeptide chain contain the tyrosine residue, and these structures show the tyrosine residue. And as soon as this FGF binds with this its receptor, it brings about the dimerization, and which leads to the phosphorylation of this tyrosine residue located on the inner surface of the cell membrane. You know that FGF binds on the external face of this receptor, and the phosphorylation takes place at the inner face of this receptor molecules, and tyrosine gets associated with the phosphate groups, and this results in the phosphorylation. I have shown here this in the greening. This is the phosphate group associated with the tyrosine residue, and this results in the cascade or chain of reaction, which finally results in the mitogenic activity, which in turn brings about the initiation of the proliferation of animal cells in the culture medium. So this is the mechanism, this is the process by which the mechanism of action of the FGF. And look at now the functions of the FGF. What are the functions of the FGF? So the normal function of FGF is that FGF, when it is found in the animal cell or human being, so what is its normal function? The FGF plays an important role in the embryogenesis and the cell differentiation. This is the normal function, and we used this FGF for proliferation, growth, and maintenance of animal cell in culture medium. So you can say here that this FGF mediates cell proliferation, differentiation, growth, and maintenance of animal cell in the culture medium. This growth factor is also used for the multiplication of the fibroblast and vascular endothelial cells of ectodermal and endodermal origin. This growth factor is used for the multiplication of what type of cells? Fibroblast and vascular endothelial cells, which may be of the ectodermal and endodermal origin. So this is the FGF, fibroblast growth factor, and this fibroblast growth factor, the gene for this growth factor, the gene for encoding the polypeptide chain of this growth factor has been cloned in the animal cell to obtain the fibroblast growth factor on large scale for its commercial use, in the animal cell culture. So this FGF is also one of the very important growth factors found in the blood serum, which are very important and which are used in the animal cell culture for initiation, proliferation, growth, and maintenance of the animal cell growing in the animal cell culture medium. So this is the FGF. In your examination, you will be asked to write short notes on the FGF. You will be asked short notes on the NGF. You may be asked to write short notes on the any of the growth factors. And as I have already discussed earlier, that full questions may also be asked. That will be like, what are the growth factors found in the blood serum, and mention their role in the animal cell culture. But mostly these topics are generally important for the short notes. And if there are these questions are asked in short notes, you may write at least 1 or 2 pages on these growth factors. So let me know